Hello everyone and welcome to CWC Season 7 Round 8 for the British GP. I am PepsiFreak212 ROP Yuki, you can call me whatever you like, but we are gladly here at 8 p.m. British Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the CWC Season 7 Round 8 race for F2. So anyway, I am again PepsiFreak212 and we will quickly run over the standings. And we will also run over the information from last week. Because remember, if you did watch last week at Portugal, you did see a couple penalties and a couple lobby glitches. So we're going to quickly look over the stewards report right now. And quickly going to let you know that Lesty the Twig did get his penalties removed because of a little bit of a bogus flag system. And he ended up finishing third in the race. So that will affect the standings because it did put him down to fifth. Now he's up to third. So we'll take a quick look at the standings. Currently in the way is still Maddie at 98 points, with Lesty the Twig at 90 the one, or yep, Lesty the Twig at 91 points, Willie Kenobi at 86, and that was your big three breakaway with Smitty at 60, Zelik at 54, and Scanny at 40, rounding out your top six. With last week's winner, I believe it was Kai's F1, if I'm not mistaken, yep, and now at 25 points, he is currently 8th, and the rest of the field looking to get some good points here today. Looking at the constructors, we do have Maddie and Smitty leading the way with 158 points in their McLarens. Lesty and Jay Leakey at 123. Kenobi and Nick at 92 in the Alpines. Sensei Echo and Clausen at 75 for AlphaTauri. And in 5th is Exelic and 11 and Aston Martin at 74 with Scanny and Kais in Mercedes rounding out your top 6. So that is a quick up and look at your standings. We are about ready to start this race here. Loading is complete. I don't know why it's letting me know that, but yeah. We'll be ready to good to go here right now. So we're going to get ready. I'm going to open up the track map real fast here on my own side here. Waiting for 5 more seconds. Eventually, all right, there we go. And we'll see if it's going to rain or not. Drivers are not looking for rain. And we will get, what are the conditions? It looks like it's at least going to be a sunny day at the very least. For the qualifying at the very least, but we'll see how it affects in the rain. Oh, I guess I'm off my day right now. The point I'm trying to say is, it's qualifying to be dry. We'll see how the race is, if there's going to be rain or not. Hopefully that is my last mistake here. A little bit out of it, but we'll quickly get that swept under the rug, and we should be good to go. Just got to turn one quick thing. Drivers should take the track relatively quickly here. Turn some things off. All right, there we go. No driver has made a break. I think the Aston Martin is going to be the first driver out there of Exelic. Yes, she will be the first driver. So we'll have to watch her as she goes out here. Again, this is going to be a home race for a lot of the field here. A lot of these drivers in CWC are British or come from the United Kingdom. So this is going to be a home race for a majority of the field. So they're going to want to put on a show for the virtual faithful. Up next, I believe, is going to be, yep, it is going to be, I believe that is Maddie, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe that is a Williams. I want to say it's going to be Jay Leakey, because he usually goes out earlier. Yes, it is. So it's going to be Jay Leakey, and it's going to be Maddie out next, with the other drivers making a break for as well. But Exelic will be the first one to lead him to the line, barring something else happening. So we're going to get ready. She's going to go around a couple corners here, get situated, get the tires out. We'll see everyone is currently selected on a set of softs, except for Kai's F1. Last week's winner wants to be a little bit of a rebel, you could say, and is going to put on a set of mediums. So we'll see if he decides to stay on the sides. There's only 11 drivers in the field, so he automatically would probably qualify inside the top 10. So we'll see how it works out. And just to say right now, we got Lesty's #1 fan in the chat, Disco Stew. And hello to you, Lesty, and hello to Disco Stew as well. Hope a few more people do join us. So anyway, though, Exelic about to start her run. She's already validated, but luckily this is just the outlap. So here she comes down into Val, and then through Club, and we'll be ready to go. So I find my water. So we're going to ride on board, and hopefully Exelic can put on a good lap for the faithful, as she's going to come through the last corner here out of Club, and she will start her lap. So it's going to be a long one down to Abbey in corner 1. You can take it about 8th gear, especially on a set of softs, but as the tires get a little bit worn, you're going to have to lift just a little bit like there. Going to come in braking hard. You're going to go into the 3-4 complex near Arena. You're going to brake out, brake in. It's very easy to get the car a little bit loosey-goosey here. If you get on the power a little bit too early, I wouldn't be shocked if someone does end up spinning the tires out. Out of corner 5, open up DRS, going to go down the long straight in the Brooklands. as you're going to want to break around the 100-meter board, 50-meter board. We're going to break in, get it as quickly turned as possible, get the punch out, and then you're going to have to go in the low field and turn out, pinch in. Remember, you want to get a good edge exit here, so you want to sacrifice a little bit on entry. Drake down the long straight here where the old pit lane is, down Woolcott. Going to go in the Copes. Again, where Verstappen and Hamilton collided earlier this year. No one around right now. That could happen in the race if you're not careful. Again, a track corner where you can take it flat if you're daring, but it's easier said than done. Then in the complex of Maggots and Beckett's where you want to take it flat for the most, but right in the 12-13, you're going to want to left just a bit, going to break the car, get it on the fourth, get off exit in the chapel, and this will be your second DRS straight right now. Yellow flag sector 3, it looks like one of the Mercedes is stopped on track. I think they may have looped it. It could be Scanny. I'm going to assume it's Scanny, but it could be Kai's. We'll have to check in a second. But here comes Zelic down the long straight. Got 3 more corners to go. We're going to go into Val and Club. 16, 17, 18. Going to brake hard. This next corner where it's, again, it's very easy to loop it on old tires. Looks like she'll be fine. Going to get it in the 5th. Going to get it in the 6th. And it's going to be a 1:28.621 for the Aston Martin driver. And we'll see if anyone can touch that time and put a more competitive time down. As now Jay Leakey's up next. We'll see how Lesty's teammate can do here. He did get a podium in Austria, so he is a little bit all right of a driver. We'll see where he slots in his Williams. It will be a 1:28.789. So Exelk still on pole with Maddie up next. We got Maddie, and I think behind him is going to be an Aston Martin car. Maddie now with a 1:27.749. I believe it is Kenobi behind him. Yes, it was. And Kenobi is now on pole with a 1:27.489 with, I believe, Kai's F1. No, it is not Kai's F1. Is the other one a Scanny. Scanny is going to slot in P5 on the grid. Then you got the Aston Martin, not Aston Martin, the AlphaTauri of Ecomeister did finish second last week, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he was second, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see here again, and Ecomeister will go P3. I will take a quick check of that. I want to say it was one of the Aston Martins, and I don't think it was Clausen. So I believe it was Ecomeister. Next up, the Red Bull on an outlap of both drivers. The white Red Bull is still in the game, which is nice to see. A little odd to see it in a couple tracks that aren't Japan, but yeah, a bit odd indeed. Quickly check the my results here just to check something. Yeah, Sensei Echo did finish second last week. I was correct. So anyway, we do got Smitty about starting his lap as well. We do have the Aston Martin of, I believe that is actually a spun car there. It is Kai's F1 who's lost the back end, so it's going to cost him this lap here. So last week's winner looks like he's struggling a little bit here at Britain. And it will put down a 1:43, definitely back of the pack right now. Not something you would expect, but again, maybe this is all head games, you could say. I think he'll definitely improve. I think that is going to be one of the drivers coming in. I think Lesty's down the long straight here. Trying to find out if Jay Leakey's coming in. Kobe up next. I think, yeah, he's coming in as well. Most drivers will probably be bailing on this lap here. Ecomeister actually did his time on a set of mediums as well, along with Scanny and Kai, so we do see a little bit of a different strategy. Because this is a track where tire wear is a little bit on the higher side, so you can see the strategy for mediums work and be executed. And I think Scanny's actually going to go around again, and he will be at a 1:28.995. No improvement, I believe. Still going to be P6. Now it's validated, so that will probably be run done for him. He'll be coming in this time by. Next up is Ecomeister. Come down the straight, and he will improve, but not enough to jump up any higher, so going to give himself a bigger gap to Exelic, but not going to catch Maddie. Behind them is the Red Bull of Collins up next. We'll see where Collins slots in along with Smitty. Both 1-2 here, so we'll see Collins in the white Red Bull. I really want to see that Red Bull win at least one race. I commentate. He's already used all his deployment, and that would be P5 for Collins on a set of mediums. Smitty right on behind. Going to go P4 on a set of softs. Actually, and then we got Lesty as well, just behind him as well, going P3. So driver second in the point standings is now P3 on the grid with the 1:27.967, also on a set of mediums. So we are seeing a bunch of differing strategies here. I think that is actually going to be Kai's F1 coming to the last couple corners. 2 seconds up on his time. It will be P5, a 1:28.042, just behind Ecomeister, and 4 attempts ahead. Ooh, as he's lost the back end, can he keep it out of the wall? He hits it. I think no damage, or at least very minimal damage. I don't think there's any wheel damage on the wing, so he'll be okay. Real life, that would have been curtains for his qualifying, but luckily, this is not the old Sony games, so he'll be all right. He'll be able to get it refired, and hopefully, we'll be able to put down another lap. So we'll see who's up next. I think Scanny's coming in. We also got Infinity. We also have a new driver here as well. Infinity147. He is joining us here today in the Ferrari. New driver indeed. So we'll see how he slots in. Hasn't took on a time yet. Forgot to bring that up at the start, but I guess better late than never to bring it up. Hopefully he's now joining the new group of drivers, and he may be someone to watch out for. As again, most drivers are coming in now. We do see Ecomeister coming in. And I'm going to assume, yep, Lesty's on a cooldown lap as well, but that's not him coming in. I think that is, yeah, Collins. Collins coming in, and I assume Smitty right on behind him, but he's coming in as well. So drivers right now on a second attempt are Maddie, who's in Sector 1, and we also have, trying to find on my list here, Jay Leakey, who is currently now near the old pit straight. So a little mixture of strategies here. Yellow flag Sector 3, that is the Mercedes of Kai's. He's really struggling here, keeping that car planted, so that could be maybe an omen of things to come, something to watch out for. Now the tires are a little bit too roasted, so refire, maybe running no traction. Some drivers do run it. You can run some traction, I believe, in F2. Could be wrong on that. But we'll see if Kai's F1 yet. He's going to get refired. You're going to try to get the tires shaken off, and it will not really affect anyone's lap because no one's on a competitive lap, so he'll just get out of the way for Kai's F1, and he'll be calling it quickly to the pits. He has 9 minutes to get resituated, though. But yeah, bit of a different strategy, you could say, with top 3, 4, 5 all on a set of mediums, 8 and 10 on mediums, while the rest of the field on softs. So half the field on softs, half the field on mediums. So Jay Leakey about to start his lap. We'll cut to Jay Leakey. We'll ride on board with him, watch him. So here he comes down the long straight. We'll see what the Williams driver can do. So down the long straight again. We'll see if we can keep an eye on his sector times here. Has to try to jump up a little bit higher. He is on a set of softs. And he's qualified on a set of softs as well. So we'll see what he does. A lot of drivers, it's worth noting as well, is they currently in their pit lane have selected a set of softs as well. Only driver that have not switched off that yet are Lesty and Kai's. Echo Meister's put on a set of softs, so he does not feel confident on those mediums. Collins as well, along with Scanny. So only drivers still so far on mediums that may be keeping their times, at least are going to try to keep their times, are Kai's and Lesty. Oh, now even Kai's has switched over, so only Lesty, only driver currently on a set of mediums in the pits or on the track that aren't on a set of mediums. 8 minutes to go in qualifying here. We'll keep an eye on Collins. We'll see. Jay Leakey. And we'll also keep an eye on Smitty as well, the car behind. Actually, it's Maddie, my mistake, sorry. Get those names a little bit confused sometimes. But here comes Jay Leakey. We'll see where his Sector 2 time is. We'll see in correlation. He is he's a little bit up on his times. Could jump himself up to P8 if he's not careful. Next up, though, Maddie right behind, coming through the same maggots and Beckett section. He was 2/10 up, so he could be looking to maybe get the Kenobi on pole if he can get a little bit more of that speed down. Our points leader looking to get a little bit straight. He gets a little squirrely off exit, though, so we'll see where he slots in. He's lost some time there, so pole may be out of the question. But we'll have to wait and see how he slots in. Jay Leakey about to cross the line. He will slot in with a improvement, and that will be a P6. So we really found a lot of time in that third sector. Next up, Maddie is actually bailing on his laps, so kind of sped in the pit lane here. Hope it's not. It's probably just a warning. But yeah, Kaiser F1 on a lap, Scanny as well. Scanny about to start a lap along with the Red Bull driver at Collins, so we'll see how both drivers do slate out. We do have a report in the chat. Lesty is confident on those mediums. He doesn't think he'll have to go it again, so we'll see if he does stay true to those words. Anyway, though, Collins, and we do also have Affinity on a lap as well, so the new driver in the Ferrari. We'll see where he slots in. So actually, we're riding more with Affinity here because he is on a fresh lap here. We'll see where his times catch up. We do have Yellow Flag Sector 2. I think that is going to be Kai's. It is letting someone go. So, yeah. So Scanny in Sector 1 time, not that far up on the drivers. Collins in Sector 1, 1/10 up. So it looks like Collins is looking to possibly get around 7th or 8th, while Scanny only looking to get about 9th. So we'll have to wait and see as well. Looks like Maddie has switched over to a set of mediums in his pit lane. Bit odd indeed. A lot of drivers are going out with 6 minutes to go here. So we'll have to, again, a lot of drivers have just started the lap. Selleck started a lap, Smitty has started a lap, Jay Leakey on a second lap. Kai's on an out lap. Only drivers not to go out on that track. Even Kenobi's starting his lap as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on a lot of these drivers here. The first driver going to cross the line is going to be Actually, it is going to be Scanny. So Scanny will be first up on the new driver setting times, so we'll see where he slots in with 6 minutes to go. His times look all right, as now we have Echo Meister and Mandy going out, so the only driver not on the track right now is the Williams Lesty. Maybe buying to his strategy. But here comes Scanny, cross the line. Ooh, gets a little squirrely off exit. It is going to be a 1:28.369, which will put him up to P7. Far in the distance, you can see Collins in the white Red Bull, and he will jump a little higher up the grid, but not any higher to go P10. Ferrari behind him with Affinity. He will, actually, I think he invalidated, so his time will not count, so we'll have to go around again. Next driver up, I think, is Kenobi. Yes, it is. Our current pole sitter, 3 attempts up on his times, so he's looking to possibly break into the 126s. Can he slot in? It will be a 127.405. So he lost a little bit of time in the third sector, but at least he will improve. Next up is Zelik. Cross the line, a 128.417, P8 for her. I believe that is Smitty right on behind at a 128.526. And it's going to be a P6 run for him. So next up is Jay Leakey again. He's on 2 lap old softs. I think he'll be bailing on this lap. Yes, he is. So next one up behind him is Maddie. He's on an out lap. And behind them both is Collins, but we do have Kai's F1. Kai's F1 is 2 attempts up in his times right now, but he is also bailing on his lap. Does not feel confident in that call of strategy. Maybe wants to stay on a set of mediums because he did qualify on a set of mediums. So a little bit of different strategy. Echo-Meister on an out lap as well. So we'll see where he slots in. So I think Kai's may not felt confident lap side the pole in instead of putting something else and maybe hurting his strategy. Scanning on a second lap here, we'll see where he slots in. It's going to be P6 for the Mercedes driver, and he'll be just behind his teammate. And in the distance, Collins will actually jump him. So Mercedes was 5.6. Now they're 5.7 with a Red Bull in between, and Infinity will go with a 129.181. So the Ferrari driver will be P11 currently, a second off. Actually, a little under a second off Exelic in 10th. You are correct, Leslie. A lot of these drivers are taking it very aggressive in the pit lane. They're not even stopping. Next up, though, is I believe we do got a driver coming in as well. We do have the Aston Martin driver. Not Aston Martin, Alpine driver. A lot of A's. Kenobi coming in, but speaking of Aston Martin, Exelic about to do her lap, but she hasn't validated, so that time will not count. And the McLaren of Smitty is also coming in. So no improvement for Exelic. Maddie up next. He's down as times he's validated, so he should be coming in. We do got Echo-Meister, though. He's half a second up on his times right now. If his time does hold, he could be looking at about a 127.5. Yeah, 5 or 6, which would split him between Kenobi and Maddie. So here comes Echo-Meister. Meister, yeah. Weird spelling, but anyway, here comes Meister coming through the last couple corners here. It's going to be a 127.461, so my prediction was correct. He will split the middle of Maddie and Kenobi, so Maddie P3, Kenobi still P1. Behind them both, we do have Scandy again. He has improved again, actually. He will re-jump Collins. Problem is he's on 3 lap old softs, though, and with 2 minutes to go, I don't think he's going to have enough time to put down another lap, as Infinity is going to be coming in as well. So we do have Echo-Meister, probably going to, we'll see where he is at the end of Sector 1 here. It's coming up right here. We'll see if he's on a competitive lap or not. He is on a cooldown lap, so his lap will not be counting for anything more. Exelic is on a lap. He's actually is improving, so this time could count. So we'll see where she slots in. Oh, she's going to bail. I think she just did a little runoff there at the last second, and she will now be bailing, and she'll be coming in. Jaylee got another out lap with 2 minutes to go. But we'll quickly take a look at tires again. This time they're best. And we'll see that the only 2 drivers that we're starting on a set of mediums are Leslie and Kai's F1. And with Kai's F1 on another out lap, it may be worth noting. So, a little bit different in strategies 4 and 5. It looks like Kai's taking it a bit slow here. Going to try to get an out lap here. Going to swerve up his tires. Luckily, Echo was on a cooldown lap, or else the stewards may be taking a look at this. I would say different, Leslie, because it looks like some of these times, a lot of these drivers have put down times on softs, and they haven't really jumped that higher. But with the track getting more rubbered with a minute to go, we'll have to wait and see. But I think, we'll have to wait and see. So Kai's F1 about to start his lap. This is a put-or-shut-up lap for him. Echo-Meister's actually retired, so no higher than P2. So Kenobi's at least safe for at least one drive from pole position. So he will start his lap. Jay Leakey on a lap as well. He's running about the same times at the end of Sector 1. So back to Kai's F1. We do see a couple drivers heading out right now. Leslie has decided to call it a session, so he feels confident on those mediums. So here comes Kai's F1 at the end of Sector 1. We'll check his times as he comes down the long straight. The end of Sector 1 is right here, and he is... he's got a purple Sector 1. At the pace he's going, it would be... I don't think actually he is a purple Sector 1, because looking at... It could be purple, but looking at his times right now, that would slot him only about... a 126, so we'd probably be between Echo-Meister and Maddie right now in 2 and 3. We'll see him at the end of Sector 1. I think Kenobi, yep, he's about to start his out lap as well, so we'll cut back to him at the end of the lap. We also got Maddie as well, coming down near the pit lane as well. Smitty has called this session as well. So we'll see here. He's the first driver to put out time. Is going to be Kai's F1. There is Collins up the road here. I don't think he'll affect him, but he could give him a little bit of a tow. He's going to be at 5 seconds. Yeah, he's currently... Kai's is looking good to be P3 or P2 right now. Collins, if he holds him up, though, maybe a little bit too late, but he's also in a rush to get to the line. So Collins has got 10 seconds to get to the line, or else he won't be able to put down a lap. Could he hold up Kai's? Maddie has actually called the session. I think he is invalidated, so no improvement for Maddie. Here comes Kai's. He's going to have no time left remaining for Collins to make a session, and Kai's F1 will jump up. So that tow may have helped him, at least get a little bit higher. But Kenobi is at least a 10th down on that time, so Kenobi could sneak it from the death. We do have, that's the last driver on track, so we'll just keep an eye on Kenobi. So it's going to either be Kenobi or Kai's F1 for pole position. Can the driver named Kenobi get pole position here? Going to get DRS off the log straight. Got a chat thing. I can't tell. He is still up on his times. So it could be a situation. It's going to be close between Kenobi and Kai's F1. Right now, I'm estimating about a 127.305, 310. So he's going to have to put it all right in the third sector. 2 more corners to go. Going to break in. Going to hit the apex. Going to get a good runoff exit. Is it going to be enough for Kenobi? Down the line, it's going to be a 127.033. And that will be pole position for the Alpine driver. And Kenobi will snatch pole position away from Kai's F1. And Kenobi will be lighting off first on the grid. So Kenobi, pole position, Kai's F1, second, Ecomeister third, Matty fourth, Leslie the Twig, only driver on the set of mediums at fifth, Scanny in sixth, Collins in seventh, Smitty in eighth, Jay Leakey in ninth, Exelic in 10th, and Infinity in 11th. Yeah, majority of the field is British. Only drivers that technically aren't by flag are Scanny, Collins, and Infinity, and Infinity is technically part of the United Kingdom, so yeah, 2 drivers, technically, at the very least, maybe not British, at least 1 isn't. So yeah, anyway, without Kenobi pole, definitely put down a good lap here. We'll see if he does have any. He'll probably have some challenge at the start of this race. So the next question is, will it rain? I think I would have been told if it rains, so I think it will be a dry session, unless there's a little bit of a twist, you could say. So we'll see here. I'm assuming it's going to be bone dry. And it is... Ooh, it's overcasty. Very overcast. So there is a chance that something could be on the way, or it could just turn the sun. We do have a little bit in the chat here. Kai's F1 does think the Red Bull did hinder his lap. Collins was technically on an out lap. He was trying to make it to the line, so he did have a right to be there, at least from my perspective. So, can't really get out of the way or else his lap is done. Maybe he could have went a little earlier, but I don't think the stewards can say much about it because who knows, but that could have maybe helped Kenobi out in the end. We do have my weather report from Lesty says that it is going to be a cloudy race. No rain in the forecast at the very least. It does look like there is some blue off in the distance, off in the 1. So there is a situation where, yeah, it probably is correct, but very cloudy. Basically a British summer, if you will. But anyway, while I'm here talking about British summers, I guess we do have to plug the channel and that, so I guess we'll do that right now. If you like what you see, why not like and subscribe to League Racing TV, where there's tons of other leagues that do run throughout the week, where you can see so many other things, including TTML, which is going to be in its final round here at Abu Dhabi this Wednesday and Thursday, so make sure you tune in for that. We also do have on Saturdays and I think Fridays and Saturdays Saturday and Sunday I should say BNPL, and then also on Sundays as well we do have the final round of the TTML Sim League, which I think is going to be at Brazil. So a lot to play for there. And then obviously on Mondays you do have CWC F1 and F2. So make sure you find a league you like, watch it in accordance, and if you do think you have the ability to drive, TTML is looking for active drivers, so shoot them a message at League Racing TV and someone, or check the description, there should be a Discord link. Someone will get you to the right place, and hopefully we may see you on the grid soon. But anyway, 26 laps here around Britain. Tire strategies are everyone is on a set of softs except for Leslie the Twig, who qualified on a set of mediums. So, yeah, Infinity did have a free choice, a tire choice, and he will be on a set of softs. Shocked he didn't go for a set of mediums and everyone else went for a set of softs, but like I said, I don't feel always confident starting on a set of mediums because it always hinders you. But, again, different strokes for different folks. So anyway to go, 26 laps, Kenobi, Kai's, Echo. All 1, 2, 3. Kai is looking for back-to-back wins. If he does get back-to-back wins, he will close that gap pretty quickly. Echo Meister did get his first podium last week, I think in an F1 competition, if I'm not mistaken. There will be interviews with those drivers if they do get it, because last week there was a chat glitch. So this week, if Kai's, Echo Meister get on the podium, we will be hearing from them in the interview session. If they won, obviously. But anyway, Kenobi coming around, lining up, everyone getting situated. Last driver up is Infinity, so we'll ride on board him. He's about to line up as well in his Ferrari. Good to see the Ferraris back on the grid as well. So anyway, 26 laps. Last driver lines up in his box. That he just has, and we are good to go. Gonna wait for the 5 red lights. Long hold there, and away they go. Kenobi gets a good start there. Kai's F1 going to get a little bit bogged down. Will it be side by side in the 1? It looks like Kai's F1's going to get the jump on Kenobi. We do have the Mercedes Scani making some good improvement there. And we got Kenobi. Wow, Kai's F1 got pretty far off the grid there. And we're going to have, a spin. That's a spin. I think it's Maddie. It is Maddie. No touch damage from him. He'll be all right. But at the very least, is going to be losing a little bit of pride in Nico as he'll be down to P10. We got Scani, Lesty down to 4, battling Echo Meister for 3rd. Can Lesty make the pass successfully? Going into 1, no, they'll still be side by side. It's going to be Echo Meister's going to have the inside for this corner, and he will take the spot. So Echo Meister will be 3rd, Lesty will be 4th, Collins will be 5th, Scani 6th. So the big loser, you could say, is Smitty. Actually, Maddie, you could say, is now J-Leak in the back of Smitty. So we'll see how they slot in here. As it looks like Maddie going to make a move around the outside of Jay Leakey, and he's going to be up to 8th. Now back to 9th, so he's actually going to bail down here, take it a little bit conservatively. Doesn't want to end up wrecking the car. But down to 9th they go. So back up through the grid here indeed. Lesty has dropped a little bit back off Echo Meister. Collins going to be under pressure from behind. Echo Meister, Kenobi is within a second so far, but Echo Meister's about to lose, obviously, in 2 laps DRS off Echo off Kenobi if things change. We do see Scani in the distance. Can he make a pass on Collins? He thinks about it, but will not be able to get the car in, and he'll have to back it back down. But here it comes back up the inside of Collins. Again, not going to be enough for Scani. Scani's going to have to tuck back in line and bide his time to make a pass. Back in the distance, Infinity has passed Exelic. I think Exelic may have damage or hitting off camber here. Kai's F1 does with the fast lap of the race. We're going to cut just to see. We'll cut back in a minute because it's a long pit straight here in Britain, so we're not going to ride on board with Exelic consistently through that lap. So we do got Collins getting a little bit of breathing room away from Scani. DRS not back to this time by. We'll cut back to Exelic now. See, yep, that is a front wing change. So she did get into the back of someone. I'm not 100% who, but no one else has any damage. Maybe it has something to do with that incident with Maddie, but she was far enough back that it could have been maybe someone else. But Exelic not going to be too thrilled. Currently P11, going to need a safety car to get back in this thing. So Scani on the back here, chasing out on that ground. Close battle we currently have on track, Scani and Collins. A little bit of a breakaway throughout the rest of the field here for the most part. Ooh, we do have Maddie on the back of Jay Leakey here. Can Maddie make the pass to 8th? Because right now he needs to get up the grid quickly because he's losing points. With Kenobi being in 2nd, that's a lot of points on the table. He'll lose the championship lead the way he's going and probably fall down to 3rd, but he will make the pass on Jay Leakey for 8th. So Maddie up to 8th, Jay Leakey down to 9th. Up the grid here, Scani still on the back of Collins here. If I'm not mistaken, I think Scani did 3 laps on his softs. So those tires aren't going to be as fresh as Collins. So we'll see what he does here. Going to fake in, out, but not going to be close enough to really make anything happen. So he'll have to tuck back in line and bide his time. So as we cut through the rest of the field, we'll keep an eye about Scani and Collins right now. DRS will be activated this time by Kenobi. Actually does have a fast lap. Echo Meister as well. So top 3 all went fast. Leslie kind of hanging on the back here. Going to be out of DRS range, sadly, so won't be able to kind of tow himself with the top 3 at the very least, unless he can find some good pace here. But here comes Scani. Going to basically kind of give the Red Bull the old heave-ho a little bit. Gave him a light tap. I don't know if it was enough to kind of affect Collins' run in, but definitely Collins, if he broke a little bit earlier than that, that could have been the end for Scani. Scani gets a little bit of a snap there. Maybe, and there goes Collins, hard into the wall. Phantom wall hit, and that is going to be session done. Hopefully we can get someone over there. Keep it on the left of your screen. There is Collins. That white Red Bull's wheel is off, and that is that. So Scani got a snap over. Collins, not so lucky, and I don't think that is going to trigger a safety car, though. Yep, no safety car indeed. Usually that would have triggered something, but sadly I think that did not trigger anything. So no harm, no foul. Well, there was harm, but no safety car going to be called. So we're now down to 10 runners. Collins going to be kicking himself and hoping for a better result. Kai's F1, though, a little bit under pressure here. Quick look at the telemetry. Has Kenobi about 81, while Kai's using a lot of his telemetry to stay away, so Kenobi saving his stuff at the very least to bide his time, maybe to wait this out. Further back, we do got a big gap from Scanning now under pressure from Smitty. So actually, we'll keep it on this lead battle right now because this is a little bit closer. They're about to hit DRS. We'll see what they do here. This looks like Kai's, again, going to get a little bit better exit here. It does make me wonder if Kai's has a setup better for this race. Now, Kenobi does set the fast lap of the race. So we'll see what he does here. Going to let off a little bit here. Going to bide his time. And we'll see where he slots in his Alpine. Aggressive into the corner indeed. Gonna have DRS off this long straight here, so we'll see if he can make something happen. He is close enough, but will it be enough to get really close? For some reason, they're giving me this camera angle. There we go, a wide shot. Kenobi gonna get a good toe off, but I don't think he's gonna press the issue. No, he'll not. He'll just tuck back in line. So Kenobi gonna stay where he is, but further down the field, Leslie is losing touch to Echo Meister. Colin's now in the game chat talking. Scanning a little bit further back. So yeah, this is, again, close battle on the track, so we'll keep an eye on this. We're on lap 4. We know pit stops are going to be within maybe 5 laps, give or take, so we'll have to wait and see when they decide to pit. But here comes Kenobi as well, kind of running the same times. Now Excel gets 3 for multiple warnings. Now Leslie, it just popped up. Leslie also got 3 as well. Going a little bit too aggressive, and Matt gets it back. He'll be also 3. That's probably been one of his kryptonites this season, is he has really struggled at keeping that car clean at tracks where it's very easy to get corner cuts. But here comes Kenobi. Thinks about making a move up the inside, but not going to have the ability to stick it in. So he will be still P2. And by the time is now, Maddie actually passed his teammate Smitty for 6th. So Maddie up to 6th, Smitty down to 7th. We'll just quickly confirm that. Yep. So I don't think there's any real team orders here, but maybe, again, knowing that maybe Smitty knows Maddie's a fast driver, maybe he just kind of gives him the old go right on ahead situation and fight for the greater of the team. Further back here again, we still got Kai's F1. We got Kai's and Kenobi battling. We also got Scanny and Maddie fighting as well. It looks like a little bit of a farther gap this time by, though, so I don't think there'll be a pass. We'll cut back on the Maddie here. Actually, we got Echo Meister in the back here, but with DRS for both drivers, it's doubtful Echo will be able to really get the lunge to make anything happen on the British driver. No, he will not. Further back, not yet. Maddie's not close enough on Scanny either, so no pass opportunities for either driver to make something happen. Ooh, a little bit. I think Leslie just got a little snap there. No, he's good, still playing on track. It looked like he got a light snap there, but not enough. So Kai's F1, Kenobi 2nd. Kenobi going to get a little bit toe down the long straight here. Can he make something happen? Very odd place to make a pass to Maggots and Beckett's, but unless you're very daring or the last lap, you're not going to really see it much happen here. But he's going to be close enough, get a good exit. He's definitely going to get a better exit than Kai's, so there's a good chance we see a pass come down the long straight. Maddie gets 3 fault warnings, but that's not going to matter right now, as Kenobi is going to make a pass for the lead of the race. Can he hang it around the outside? It's going to be wheel to wheel, side to side. It looks like Kai's is going to have it, but Kenobi's going to get the inside corner here. Can he hold on, outbrake the Mercedes driver? Yes, he will. So put Kenobi up to 1st, put Kai's down to 2nd. Ooh, Kenobi gets a snap of understeer there, and that's going to allow Kai's to have to check up there and almost runs to the back of Kenobi. So Kenobi kind of defensively put his car well, but now Kai's all over the back of the British driver, not going to be able to make any sort of pass. So, but this is going to let Echo Meister get a little bit closer. So top 3 all fighting for the metaphorical 1st place. So Kenobi not going to have any DRS this time by. Kai's being so close. I assume a pass is going to happen here, but will it be a 2-piece? Can Echo Meister make the same thing happen? Kai's F1's going to pass around the inside. If Kenobi can keep his wheels in, yep, he will now have the inside for this next line. Can he stick it around? Can Kai's keep his foot in? No, he will not. Echo Meister, Kai's F1 will fall down to 2nd. Kenobi back up to P1, but here comes Kai's again, thinking about making a pass similar to Hamilton, Verstappen. Again, we'll think better of it, but he's really all over the back of Kenobi. Now they're going to go side by side for Maggots and Beckett's. That usually doesn't end well, and it looks like they're going to keep the nerve here. Kenobi going to go a little bit wide, and he's going to have to try to give the space. Kai's and gets a snap, and then Kai's comes in. They luckily keep it clean, but that's why you don't go usually side by side through Maggots and Beckett's for that reason. And while you're watching that, Echo Meister did get 3 multiple warnings as well. Here comes Kai's up the inside as well. Going to try a similar move to what Kenobi did. Kenobi now going to have the inside as well. Kenobi going to defend with all his might. And Kenobi going to keep the position as well. So Kenobi doing all his might to keep this spot. And if he's not careful, Kai's F1 could be under pressure from Echo Meister here. So, again, like I always say, next man up. If Kai's can't make the pass, Echo Meister surely will. So here we go. Take a hard sip of water there. It looks like Echo Meister going to come on the inside here. Going to try to make something happen. Gets a little squirrely exit, and it's not going to be enough. So took a lunge there, cannot get the car planted, and it's going to have to let go. Now here comes Kai's F1 as well. Up the road here is going to pass Kenobi, and I think that's finally going to be for the spot. Yes, it is. Kai's F1 going to finally take back first position from Kenobi, but I don't think Kenobi's going to give it up without a fight. And while this fighting is allowing Lassie on those mediums to slowly reel in this pack again. Not at a fast rate, but at a rate. Stella gets another 5 for speeding the pit lane, so just insult to injury for her, and now she's retired. So now we are down to 9 runners. Take a quick sip of water there. So we got Kenobi and Echo Meister 2-3. Kenobi going to get a poor exit here, so he's not going to have a lunge on Kai's F1, but Echo Meister got a better exit. So here comes the AlphaTauri driver, going to pass the Alpine driver on the inside. Oh, he's going to try to make it a 2-piece here. We got a 3-wide battle almost, and it's going to be Echo Meister going for the lead of this race, and he will successfully almost get it. I thought he did for a second, but the corner's going to favor Kai's F1, and, well, now it's going to favor the inside, but it's not going to be enough. So Kai's F1 is able to get around Kenobi. He almost saw his eyes flash up there. He saw a chance to make 2 passes happen at one corner, and sadly, not going to be enough. But Echo Meister kind of says that I'm here. I'm not going to be a third fiddle. I'm going to be here to compete for the win as well. So, move Kenobi. I'm going for the lead. So now, next man up. Can Echo Meister make something happen, or will it be a situation where Kai's F1's able to hold his nerve, you could say. So here they come down the long run. Again, Leslie's now with under 2 seconds. So he's joining this battle. So here comes Echo Meister. Going to go out, going to go in, and he's going to try to make a pass. Going to have the inside for the corner. He will successfully pass the Mercedes driver. So put the AlphaTauri driver up the P1 with Kai's in second, and Kenobi still in third. Further back, we'll cut away from this battle fast just to show that we got Scanny and Maddie also fighting as well. So we have to keep an eye on this as well. So both Mercedes is under pressure, you could say. So again, Kai's F1, very aggressive. We know making his overtakes. Going to cover the inside, Echo Meister. Not going to really make a move in Maggots and Beckett's. But basically all of the chuff. If Echo breaks a little bit too early here, it could end up causing a wing break. But not going to be enough here. So here comes Kai's. Going to get a good exit. Kenobi just off in the distance. And we've got Kai's F1 going to pass Echo Meister again, so Kai's back up to the lead. Echo Meister in second, Kenobi in third. Further back, we do got Maddie and Scanny. Going to cut away from the battle for a second, so I feel like a pass is coming. And there goes Maddie, up the inside our points there, but can't make it happen. So while his main competition in the standings is fighting for the lead, he's stuck in 6th after that incident on lap 1. So back to the battle here again for the lead position. Echo Meister going to have to regrip and try again to make something happen, with Kenobi still in third. I will agree with you on that, Disco Stu. It is a great racing up front indeed. Very fun to see. So here we go again. Echo Meister going to try something indeed. Can he make something happen? Just up the road. Not going to really be close enough to really think something happened here. Oh, he's going to go up the inside anyway. He sees he's going to be close enough. Not going to be a confident overtake, but he'll make it happen again. So Echo Meister back to the lead. Kai's F1 in second. Kenobi still in third. We'll take a quick look at the telemetry as well, as we do see, just to report, Echo Meister's at 18%, at Kai's F1's about 55, Kenobi's at 76, and Leslie's at 40. So Kenobi's really saving that ERS for when he really needs it. So definitely something worth noting, that usually drivers that have a lot more of that pace are able to kind of save that ERS. So maybe something worth noting that, again, maybe Kenobi's just biding his time here. Further back, we do have Maddie and Scanny fighting as well, so we'll see if that pass happens this time by. But here comes Kenobi. He gets kind of a good exit here. Kai's F1 gets a bit of a poor exit, so this could be a situation where Kenobi, very on the outside there, can he make it happen? No, he'll not. He'll be just a little bit too far back to make it happen. So Kenobi going to have to buy his time again. Further back, though, Scanny and Maddie fighting again. Can Maddie make it happen this time by? He may have to be a little bit more aggressive here on the Danish driver. Not going to be enough, as I think Kai's F1 has the side of the pit. So Kai's F1 is pitted from P2, and he will be coming in here for a set of mediums. So he's going for the undercut here. And we know the undercut's strong around Britain. So maybe a sign that we may see Echo Meister and Kenobi coming in next time by. And it may actually benefit Kai's, as I do see, again, Maddie still fighting here. Yep, Smitty also to come in as well, so it looks like it was scheduled pit stops for both drivers. And maybe going for the undercut. Maddie's well, gonna have DRS this time by. Can he make something happen? ERS does favor Maddie, but Maddie really not pressing the issue here. Just biding his time, I think. Could maybe go a little bit more aggressive, but again, that's why he is leading the championship. Fades inside, but not going to be enough. We'll cut back to, well, actually, we'll keep it on 0 because I think he may go for a move here in the corner here. No, he will not. Again, he looks like he's close enough. He could try to move going into Corpse, but not going to be enough. Back down the road here, Echo-Meister, Kenobi still side by side. Considering that if Kenobi was supposed to be coming in this time by, you think he'd be using a lot more ERS, but he's going to pass Echo like he's standing still because of the major disadvantage that Echo has to Kenobi and ERS, and now Kenobi will take the lead. Now the question is, will he come in this time by, or will he stretch it another lap? He is coming in this time by along with Echo-Meister, so Lesty will inherit the lead. Maddie, as I was watching that, Maddie finally got around Scanny, so sadly missed that one. But Maddie now in the fourth. Scanny, Scanny gives a little bit of a tap to Maddie. Hopefully that did not give him damage. We'll have to watch and see if that happened. Infinia is staying out an extra lap. J-Leaky coming in. So the question is, will Kai's F1 be able to jump Echo and Kenobi by staying out one extra lap? So we'll see what he does here on Cord. He's going to push aggressively here. Going to go in and out. So keep an eye on the right of your screen. There's Kenobi. He's already left. He's about to cross the Aston Martin safety car here, but we also got Kai's F1 coming down the long straight. Keep an eye on the right of your screen. I think the Alpine's going to get out, but we'll be able to get up to speed. He is right there on the right screen. He is going to take the lead, so the overcut is going to work at the very least, at least for now. Echo-Meister going to come third, so Kai's able to clearly jump Echo, but not able to jump the Alpine. So the Alpine had a great in-out lap there, and you could probably, in-lap you say, sorry. Had a quick in-lap there and tip your hat to Kenobi. Now he's going to get a pressure though from Kai's, and Kai's is going to pass him like he's standing still. So Kai's the third, well, de facto third, probably de facto lead, with Kenobi now in de facto second, which is now de facto fourth. But unless Lesty or Infinity can really push the gap and really make that powerful undercut work. Or, sorry, different strategy you could say. Again, if they do keep fighting though, it could help them, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. Other than that, though, Maddie comes out ahead of Scanny. That's really the major battle we do have here is top three here again. Major gap to, Infinia and Leslie. I think a pit stop delta run here is about 28 seconds, I want to say. And if we check the gap to the leader, it is about 24 seconds. So, yeah, Infinia now in this time by. So, Leslie, at the rate he's going, may end up losing about 3 seconds behind. Be 3 seconds when he pits, 4, give or take. Again, we'll have to wait and see on that front. But anyway, though, that will put Kai's up the second, Kenobi up third, and Echo-Meister up the fourth. And their battling is still going to keep happening. Kai's now goes fast lap of the race. But now that Kenobi's going to have another chance to have a faster lap, we'll see what he sets in. The next question is is the car set up well for the mediums? We know some drivers strive better on the harder tire, some on the betters. Now Scanny's actually crashed down the long straight here. That could trigger a safety car, which is something Lesty may want to see. Long up, that's going to be actually a virtual safety car. You can see Scanny off in the distance there. I don't think it's really going to affect anything here because if it's going to be it's a long trigger, it could help Lesty, but he's going to need that to be very, very, very long VSC, and I just doubt it's going to happen. But we'll wait and see. He's probably wishing it came out just a bit later. Kai's, Kenobi, and Echo all the way there again. Gap is 27, 28 seconds. He's really pushing Lesty. Maybe sends his pit this time by if it stays out. We'll see if they're speeding up. It looks like they're actually starting to speed up a little bit here, so I think it's coming to an end. No, he's still going a bit slow here, so I don't think it's coming to an end yet. So we'll see if Lesty decides to come in. No, he's not. He is staying out. So he's not going to take the chance for a free pit stop here and maybe differing strategy. But he obviously can't go on a set of mediums, so he'd have to go on a set of hards. Probably could have came up with the lead, but problem is he'd be on a set of hards and be a sitting duck. So, yeah, he's in a kind of a situation regardless of which one he picks. But I think a driver really kicking himself is finning it, though, because if he stayed at one extra lap, he could have really made that work at the very least and be right around Maddie right now. But sadly, different strokes for different folks. But, yeah, Kai's, Kenobi, this is a very long VSC. It's been one whole lap almost. Because, yeah, it's been about one lap, you can give or take. So, very odd indeed. Yep, Scanny just saying, oops. Anyway, DRS has now been enabled. Yep, so anyway, though, Kenobi about a second behind, though, so did lose some time under the VSC, though. So he's now out of DRS range, which could have been affecting him here. So Kenobi did not play it a little conservatively under that VSC, maybe a little bit too conservatively. As it does look like Kai's actually closed the gap quite well as well, so... So anyway, though, again, this is our major battle of a track. Other than that, farther back, actually, I think I still have it on leader. No, Evan and roll, so we're good. Yep, we got Maddie 8 seconds behind this pack. He's kind of an island of his own. Smitty also in an island of his own. Infinia on an island of his own. Jay Leakey also in an island of his own. So really, this is the closest battle we do have on track at the moment. 2, 3, 4, but it would be for the de facto lead of this race. So remember that as we look at the times, we do have penalties for Maddie, Echo, and Lesty. So it's a situation where all 3 drivers are looking at least had 3 seconds to their name, so maybe worth looking out. So now Kenobi has got back in DRS range, though, so not lose too much time. And he does have a purple sector, too, so we'll see what time he puts down here. So Kenobi coming down the long run here. We're going to be starting lap, well, I could say Lesty's already started lap 14. So Kai's F1, Kenobi, and Echo will be starting lap 14 this time by. And we'll see, not fast enough to set the fast lap of the race, though. Speaking of fast lap of the race, I think it is still in Kai's F1 with a 129.974, with Kenobi at a 130.255. By the time, we'll definitely come down as Lesty, obviously going to be on a set of softs near the end of this race. It's definitely looking good to set the fast lap of the race. So here we come again. But here we come. Kenobi going to, no real pressure again. Maybe again biding his time, saving his resources. Taking a quick look at, again, telemetry as well. Echo's at 67. Kenobi well over 90%. And even Kai's F1 at 80. So they are really saving their stuff for a long run here. So again, gap is about 23 seconds, so again, Lesty is losing time, but obviously is going for a set of softs at the end, so makes sense. So we're going to see it. Ooh, Kenobi gets very close here. Going to actually go to the inside as well. Going to have a chance at a pass here on the inside. Going to think better of it. Definitely at least fading in and out there. Definitely telling Kais he's here, metaphorically speaking. Kind of saying, oh, I'm here. Oh, I'm here. So Kenobi definitely showing that he's here, and he has the pace to keep up with Kais. So it's going to be very interesting to see the duel here. Ankelmeister also in the back of this train as well. Now goes fast lap of the race, but he's really pushing this AlphaTauri. So we'll see what he does and see if he can try to get around Kenobi here, because like I said, always next man up. If Kenobi can't make the pass on Kais, Echo may make the pass on Kenobi. But the problem is, he's well over half down on ERS in comparison to the drivers ahead of him. So he is really needs to save some of his ERS here, because he's going for the fast lap. But the problem is, if he burns up all his ERS, he's going to be a sitting duck at the end of this race. Yellow flag sector 1, that is for Jay Leakey. Going a bit slow, but not going to really trigger anything. Going to go out, going to go in, not going to be enough to make anything happen. We'll do a quick field check here. Lesty still leads the way with 22 seconds over Kais. Kais got a big, small gap, half a second under Kenobi. Kenobi half a second to Echoemeister. Echoemeister not going to have anything happening here. Maddie 10 seconds off Echoemeister. Smitty 5 off Maddie. Infinia 5 off Smitty. And Jay Leakey 5 off Infinia. So 5th, this 8th, all basically on their own islands. And Lesty is on his own island as well. So again, the reason why we're kind of focusing on this battle is it's really the only battle we have on track, but it is for the de facto lead when Lesty pits. Again, Kenobi not going to have enough to really get that lunge to make anything happen. So next time, so we're on with 11 to go. When Lesty starts his next lap, we'll be on 10 to go. So this race has gone by in a flash. No safety cars, which usually in Britain we do see an occasional safety car too. So very odd indeed. But again, never say never. With 8 laps to go, you never know. If Kais and Kenobi go to blows, we may see something happen. Or Kenobi and Echoemeister, or Echoemeister and Kais, or pick any combination of those 3 if you want. Or if some driver just loses it, like what happened to Collins. And gap is coming in. We know that the softs can go 7, 8 laps fresh, maybe 9. So we should see Lesty coming in soon, because he needs to have enough time to chase down the pack, because he's going to be about 7 seconds behind this train. So he really needs to think about pitting sooner rather than later, just because he's losing a lot of time to the front three, and it keeps coming down. He'll have the major tire advantage. We do check tires again. They're on 5, 4, and 4, but he'll have the tire advantage at the end, but he needs to kind of make sure he has enough time to answer back, you should say. So again, Kenobi all over the back of Kai's, biding his time, thinking about something possibly going to happen. I know I keep saying now, Lesty gets a kick in the teeth moment right there. He gets 5 for speeding. That is a rookie mistake. He just came in, and now he's going to be basically, whatever he finishes, he's going to have to add basically 8 seconds to it. As I was watching that, Kenobi makes a pass for lead this race. So Kenobi going to pass Kai's F1. So now Kenobi going to be de facto leader, Kai second, Echo Meister third. But I assume Kai's is definitely not going to take that standing down. Lesty going to definitely lose spots here. He's definitely going to fall easy. Kenobi now sits fast lap of the race. That time probably won't hold, though. Kenobi first, Kai second, Echo third. Lesty's going to come out probably cleanly fourth. But the main problem he's going to have is that he's now got basically 8 seconds worth of time penalties, and he's going to be under pressure. 6 seconds behind right now. So anyway, back to Kai's F1. So, yeah, any chance of Lesty winning this race is out the window. Any chance of getting the podium is probably out the window as well. So here comes Kai's F1. Can he make a pass on Kenobi? Going to take up the inside. Thinks about it. Gets very close, but not going to be enough for the Mercedes driver. And he's just going to have to tuck back in line. Equimeister's going to be kind of hoping they come to blows because with that 3-second time penalty, he can't get ahead of both these drivers. He's luckily safe in third. He will not lose third bearing a crash. So he's going to be okay. Equimeister will finish on the podium at the rate he's going, but will go no higher unless Kenobi and Kai's both have accidents or have to pit or whatever. So he's kind of hoping that these two get the blow in or get the fighting. So here comes Disco Stu. Disco Stu. I looked at the chat there a second. Sorry, brain had a little bit of a thing there. Here comes Kai's, I should say. Don't look at the chat and side-eye it. But here comes Kai's F1. Can he make something happen? No, he cannot. So again, the tuck back in line again. Again, really, I love to go for the rest of the field and show you the rest of the battles, but there's really nothing happening behind the field. Lesty's on an island of his own, Maddie's on an island of his own, Smitty's on an island of his own. So everyone's pretty much spaced out for the rest of the part. So this is the closest battle we have on track, and it's also what would be 1, 2, and 3, or at least 1 and 2 on the circuit. Looks like Echo Meister is losing a little bit of touch from the top two here. He's also only got about 16% ERS, so he is kind of really needs to save that stuff. Because with only 9 laps to go, he really needs to save it to have any sort of chance to put a competitive time down, at least do something. But up the road here, can Kai's throw a move on Kenobi? It looks like he's going to try it. Going to take the inside line, and the Mercedes driver is going to get the spot back, but yeah, the Alpine driver is not going to be able to keep the inside line. So Kai's F1 back up to P1 with Kenobi falling down to second again. So again, we'll see. Ooh, it looks like he thinks about sticking it up the inside again. Again, he's getting a good toe here. Scanning inside left, leave the session. He already DNF'd. I guess he was just kind of sitting in the lobby. Okay, Kenobi going to get a good toe here. Can he make something happen? Ooh, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit there. It looks like we'll see who gets the better exit here. Better exit went to, looks like Kenobi, but not by much. So no real chance I see Kenobi making any sort of lunge here on Kai's. Echo Meister thinks about it, but not going to be close enough to make anything happen as well. Just an update on penalties. Like I said, Lesty is at 8 seconds, so he can right now, if he can, 6-3-3, yeah. Right now, Lesty is good for 4th, but no higher, no lower. Now J-League gets 3 fault warnings as well, so it's not really going to affect him much in 8th, but if someone does fall close to him, it could affect him. Because now Lesty sets fast lap the race, so at least he can take that condolence that he'll get 1 extra point, probably over the rest of the field, unless Smitty, Infineon, J-League here, Mag decide to come in for 1 lap, but it's highly unlikely they would. Kenobi losing a little bit of touch to Kai's F1. He'll still have DRS here, but definitely going to lose a little bit of ground here. Could leave him vulnerable to a pass by Echo Meister. Nope, not going to be enough to make a pass here. So Echo Meister going to tuck back in third. Well, I would say tuck back in. Stay in third, you should say. Going to take a quick look in one more time at telemetry, one more time. Yeah, actually, Kenobi's really saving his telemetry. I think he's really waiting for those last couple laps to make something happen. But that is a double-edged sword. If you wait to the end, it makes it harder for Kai's F1 to make an answer back. But at the same time, as Echo gets another 3, so maybe there's a chance that Lesty, if he can get within 2 seconds clear of Echo, there's a chance if Echo gets 1 more penalty, there's a chance Lesty could still get on the podium yet. But he's going to have to hurry on those softs. he has to get with at least win the second and hope Echo hurts himself a little bit too much. Again, Kenobi not going to be really close enough to make anything happen. Gets really close, but not enough to make a lunge happen. Well, a competitive lunge, you could say. This time by, we will have 7 to go. Kai's winner's going to come probably from this top 3 camp. Bearing an act. Going to get a good toe, but not going to be enough. 7 to go. Take a quick stretch there. Lesty, again, nothing really to report here. Maddie, everyone kind of getting spaced out. Can Kenobi get a good toe again? He's saving his ERS, biding his time. Now, back to what I was saying, though, is that if you bide your time, it can be a good thing because you make it so your opponent doesn't have a chance to buy back. But at the same time, if you wait till 25 or 26 to make that last lap pass and you end up not making it happen, you're going to be wondering, why couldn't I make it happen? Because if you wait too long and give yourself no opportunities to make it happen, but at the same time, you do open the door for them not having the same opportunities to make something happen. So here comes Kenobi again, just staying in line. ERS says he's about an 82, while Kai's is at 74, so even then, it's not going to be that much of a difference, so you may want to try to force something. At least if I was in his shoes, I'd be trying to force the next opportunity that I get. But even then, it's easier said than done, so I know if he makes a pass happen, Kai's will make one right back, so like an easier than done. Looks like you got a poor X through Maggots and Beckett's. That's going to allow Kai's to get a good run off. Yeah, it is. So we got to get a little bit checked up here, and that could allow Echo to make a pass happen here on the inside. How good of a toe he's going to have, but he's not going to have a lot of straight line speed. Looks like even Kenobi gets a good lunge up the back there. Got a really good toe. So not going to be enough to make something happen, but Echo had nowhere to go. If he had a little bit more ERS, maybe he could have made the lunge happen, but not enough. Leslie down to 3.8, 3.7. Coming close, but it's probably not going to be enough. He's going to have to make those tires last. Now sets another fast lap of the race. Here comes Echo again. Hit the wrong button. There we go. Echo again going to get very close off the back of the Alpine driver, but not enough to make something happen. But Kenobi is kind of far back here, so with Echo being so close, he could make a lunge happen here on the Alpine driver. He'll get a good toe off the straight here. He's going to be within 2/10. Going to get a good run off the line. Is it going to be enough? No, it's going to be enough. Both drivers having DRS. It's not going to be enough to make anything happen. Ooh, but he's going to try to hang around the outside. Not going to be enough. I think Kenobi's not too thrilled they're fighting right now because this fighting is allowing Kai's to kind of drive away here. Maybe it should be a situation where they get a bit of a truce here. Echo and Kenobi kind of say, look, we'll fight when we make a pass here, because right now, their scrapping is allowing Leslie to catch up and also maybe allowing Kai's to drive away a little bit. Here we go again. Kenobi's going to have a better Maggots and Beckett's here if he wants to stay close. Looks like, oh, he kind of gets another good exit there. So it looks like, again, Kai's is going to get the better run off the line here, but Kenobi's going to get a pull down the straight. They're using all the DRS they got. Here comes Kenobi. Going to get close, but not enough to make anything happen. So still 1, 2, 3 they are. Tires should last. There's no concerns the tires popping, but they may not be the most freshest by the end of this race. I'll agree with you, Disco Sue. This is a pretty fun battle here. It's going to be a question of when will that move happen, because you know Kenobi's biding his time, waiting for something to happen here. We also know that Kai's does have the speed that he can stay ahead, but I do think Kenobi is waiting a little bit in wings. He's waiting it out. He's thinking about when I should make this pass and biding his time to make it happen. But also, we do got to remember, I don't know the penalty situation, but if Kai's or Kenobi does get rung up for a penalty, it could easily make this race a mute point and make the podium spot fight for second and third. So again, here comes Kenobi as well. Going to get a toe, but not going to be enough to make anything happen. Echo same thing. Again, Maddie currently in 5th. As they run right now, as I quickly pull up the standings right now, as they run right now, 98, 91, 86. Kenobi should... It should be 8-point swing, so... no, Maddie will still be ahead of Kenobi at their going, and Leslie won't be enough. So yeah, as they run right now, if my math is correct, keyword if it's correct, Kenobi will be still 3rd. Kenobi will be, I believe, 2nd in the standings. Leslie will be 3rd, and Kai's, as well, hold that thought for a second. It looks like Kenobi is going to go for a pass, and he will successfully have the inside line. But we remember that Kai's going to go the inside line back. Can he hold the preferred line? It's going to be a drag race down to the corner here, and it's going to be Kai's going a little bit in there, a little deep, and Kai's will hold on. So Kenobi saw an opportunity, but it's probably better to hang it around the outside so you can have the inside going through those last 3 corners. As Lesty sets another fastest lap of the race, he's within 2 seconds. But it's not going to be enough with those time penalties, though, that even if he gets there, it's going to be kind of shot himself in the foot. But as I'll finish my point, as they run, Maddie will still walk away with a points lead, but that gap is going to be probably 5 points, give or take, with Lesty in 3rd and Maddie still in 1st. So Maddie will still take the points lead, but it'll be a lot closer. As Kenobi going to try to take up the inside line again. He's going to try to stick it up the inside. Again, inside line's going to be first. He's going to kind of give Kais a little bit of a run down there. Clean, but definitely Kais has to go a little bit wide. Here comes Echo Meister on the inside. He's going to see an opportunity because Kenobi goes a little bit wide. And Echo Meister up the P2. As Infinity gets a time penalty, he's going to try to stick it up the inside of Kai's F1. Can he successfully make it happen? No, he'll have to back it down. And it's going to allow Kenobi to take back 2nd position and going to allow Kai's F1 to get a little bit farther in the distance. I was hoping it gave me a good shot there, but it didn't. It cut away, so I had to switch back to the onboard camera, and I thought they were going to be side by side, but maybe didn't want shades of Hamilton Verstappen. Maybe Echo Meister thought better of it. But here comes Kenobi, now going to take the inside line again, and he's going to clear. I thought he was going to clear, but it's not going to be enough to clear him yet. Can he put the pinch on him? Ooh, there's Echo Meister, still side by side, but it's not going to be enough. Kenobi now going to take over the lead with 3 to go. So coming to the line, Kenobi has taken the lead, but will have Echo Meister have a chance to make an answer back? Or will, if they both collide, will that open the door for Echo Meister or even Lesty to have a chance at seeing pure chaos happen? So here we go again, 3 to go. Kenobi leads the way. Kai's Meister 2nd, Echo 3rd. Lesty Twig on the back of this train as well. If all goes to you-know-what, then this should be Lesty could have a chance here. Oh, as Lesty gets a snap there. Back to the battle. Here we go. We got Kenobi. Kai's going to have to use his ERS here. ERS favors him by about 10%. So here he comes. He's going to take the inside. Not going to be enough. Kenobi going to hold it at least at the end of that long straight. The hanger straight, you could say. Again, Echo all over the back. So here they come down long straight again. Kent Kais gets a kind of a better exit, you could say. We know Kais is stronger through Maggots and Beckett's. So that's where he's going to try to bide his time to make that pass. I assume when Kais makes that move, it's going to be down the hanger straight, I should say. Not in the Brooklyns, down the hanger straight, I should say, is where he's going to make that pass. Jay Lee keep hitting. I think he's going to try to go for the fast lap of the race. Coming to 2 to go here. Again, not a good toe there. It looks like Kenobi got a better exit through Maggots and Beckett's. We got Echo Meister. I think he may have made a slight mistake there as he's lost touch of this two-car train. So not going to be enough. Echo's going to have to try to hurry his way back up there. Or it could be curtains for any chance of him getting... Well, even with the time penalty, it's probably curtains for him to get a chance at the top step of the podium. But it could still be... Maybe they put enough pressure they could force a penalty. But coming to 2 to go. We got Kenobi and Kais. Still 1-2. Echo and Lesty going to fight for 3rd, even though with the 5 seconds of speeding, it's kind of a mute point unless Echo gets one more penalty or really loses touch. Kais still over the back. I assume we'll see an opportunity to make a pass here happen. Down in the Brooklyns, will it be enough? Out of the arena. Looks like, though, Kenobi gets the better exit. Again, though, Kais is really saving a lot of his ERS. He's about 68%, while Kenobi's about 41%. So that last lap may favor Kai's F1. Is Kenobi putting a little bit too much into these last couple laps here? He is really using a lot of that ERS, while Kai's F1 is really saving it. Oh, and there goes Kai's F1 hard to the wall. The wheel is off. That is race over for Kai's F1. He's done a little bit too much, and that is going to open the door for the podium for Lesty and Echo Meister, and that could be curtains. That is a mistake and a half from the Mercedes driver with 2 to go. He is going to be kicking himself, and you could probably make it a meme compilation with the song if it's an honest mistake. And that is going to be race over for the Mercedes driver, and Kenobi may be able to walk away and make this basically his win with 3 seconds for both drivers behind him. All he has to do is not crash, and this is going to be his victory. Still, that is a mistake. Kai's F1 is going to be kicking himself horribly. You hate to see it. Jay Leakey is going to pass him eventually. But here we go. Start the last lap of the race here. Echo Meister, Lesty. If Echo Meister gets one more penalty, Lesty will jump him. Echo Meister just has to bring the car home successfully, and he'll have P2 and his 2nd podium in CWC. Lesty going to get the last step, even with 8 seconds. He'll be well ahead of Maddie. So here we come, down in the Brooklyns one more time. Will there be any mistakes, any accidents, anything that's happening? Jay Leakey finally passes Kai's F1. Again, no real answers here. That crash where no one seems to spin. Yep, similar spot. No one spun where Kai's F1 just spun. So going down into Corpse. We'll see if any chance. Nope, really nothing here happened as well. No mistakes. Going through the hangars. Mag gets it back. It's one more time. Will anyone have anything here? Just kind of biding time here. Just seeing if anyone does anything. Again, looks like they all keep clean. This is probably the last major spot where you'll see a spin happen. Similar to what happened in the sprint race earlier this year. Not going to be enough. All the drivers keep it clean. So a couple more corners to go. We're going into Stowe. And it looks all good. Maddie gets another 3, so that could leave him under net. It's not going to be enough for him to really get affected by Smitty. So everyone's kind of locked in where they're finishing for the most part. But Kenobi has done it all. He's kind of fought hard with Echo Meister and Kai's F1, and he will rightfully win this race. And he will come home in first. Echo Meister will come home in second, and Leslie the Twig will come home in third, kicking himself for that 5-second time penalty because he would have came home in second. Maddie going to come home in fourth. Here, as we wait for him to cross, he'll come home in fourth. Smitty will come home in fifth. Infinity will come home in sixth. And we'll see if Jay Leakey can put one fast lap down here and see if he can try to steal the fast lap away from his teammate, which, if that does happen, I don't think he'll be too thrilled if it does. Here comes Smitty. Gonna come home in fifth. Waiting for Infinite to come home in sixth. We'll see if he can keep that car in 6th. I assume he will. I don't think there's really any competition here. Yes, he will come home in 6th. So the last question of the race here is, can Jay Leakey go for the fast lap of the race here and steal it from his teammate? While we do wait, I do want to let know top 3. You can make your way into the interview session if you want right now. We can wait for this lap to finish up here. Here comes Jay Leakey down the long straight. He does have a purple sector too. So it could be enough, to the very least, make something happen. So here he comes through the last couple corners here. Will it be enough? Can Jay Leakey steal the lap away from his teammate? He's going to look if we make a 129-108. It's close. It's going to be a 129. Ooh, I don't think it was enough because I didn't see it flash up. So I think Leslie Twig keeps his fast lap of the race. But still, very competitive battle throughout the whole race there. Very fun race indeed to watch. And that will be that. As we now watch the podium celebrations, as Kenobi will jump out on the top step of the podium and we'll celebrate. Praising the field. Saying hello to everyone, you can say indeed. Home race for him indeed. Very proud for the fans. He also got the, actually I think it's an all-British lockout if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. So British fans will be quite happy indeed to see three British drivers end up on the podium here today. So anyway, we'll take one final look at the results here. We got Kenobi winning the race, Echo Meister in second, Leslie Twig in third, Maddie in fourth, Smitty in fifth, Infinia in sixth, Jay Leakey in seventh, and that will be the finishers with Kai's F1 finishing 8th, Scanny 9th, Excel 10th, and Collins rounding out the top 11. As we now wait for the interviewee people coming in, yes, we will. I don't think anyone's watching the stream, but yes. I'll let them know, yes. So, yep, yeah. Anyway, driver of the day, I'm going to give it to Kenobi because he worked his tail off. Whoever was going to win out that battle between Kenobi, Kai's F1, or Sensei Echo was going to be my driver of the day, and Kenobi was the top dog. So Kenobi is going to be my driver of the day. As now Echo Meister has joined. And we're going to wait, because I know Leslie and Kenobi will be joining probably in a second. Oh, there's Kenobi. And we'll wait a quick second for Leslie. And there's Leslie right on cue. So thank you three for joining us here today. So we'll kind of go in first order. So we'll go with the third place driver, then the second, then the first. So Leslie, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello indeed. We'll start off with you. I guess we'll start off with the qualifying questions first. You very, very confident on your set of mediums, so going into the race, I guess, was your main strategy to stay on the mediums, or did you even attempt the thought of going on a set of softs?
Yeah, I just thought with 11 drivers, just why not just go for the reverse strat, just see what I can do, and just follow anyone else on the softs, really. That was my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. I guess the next question is, you did have some good pace here today. You were kind of up there a little bit, but I guess the one main kick in the teeth moment is that you're speeding in the pit lane. So I guess take me through what you were thinking when you kind of sped in the pit lane.
Yeah, I thought I was in. I thought I was over the line, so I let go of the brake. A bit premature though, so yeah, that was one that I was kicking myself for. But yeah, it is what it is. It happens.
It does happen indeed. Next question is, I know with the main talking point you could say is with Kai's F1 crashing with 2 laps to go, it opened the door for you to get the podium. So I guess when you saw him crash, what was going through your head?
I honestly felt bad for him because these guys, Will, Echo, Keys, they all had a great race. Because I always have the stream on, I could just hear it all, and I was just like, wow, they're just having a right old tussle for like the whole race. So I did feel really bad for him, but it is what it is. One mistake can put you in a wall. So I'll take the extra position, and yeah, sorry for Keys.
And I guess the last question we will have here is with your performance here today. You do close up on Maddie, and obviously Kenobi's going to extend a little bit on that lead on you. But again, going with the many rounds left in the calendar here, I guess I'll say, who do you think your main threat is right now currently out there? Like, what driver are you the most scared of or most threatening of?
It probably have to be Will, to be fair. Probably have to be Will. I'm always looking for where Will and Matty are, but now that Echo and Keys are down here as well and battling up front, it's there's a lot of drivers contesting for these wins in the podium, so everyone's a threat, so just got to keep putting in solid performances. So
Well, thank you again for joining me here today.
To the guys.
Well, thank you for joining me last year today, and we may see you here next week, we may not, but hopefully we do hear from you again soon. So next on, we'll move up to Echo. So Echo, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, I guess we'll start off because last week we didn't sadly get to the interviews here, and you did get your first podium, so I guess we'll quickly let you talk about that real fast. So how did it feel getting your first podium in, I guess, CWC to a degree?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a bummer coming down from F1. I can understand why the owners decided to move me down, but pretty much it was trying to look for redemption to show that I'm not a back marker whatsoever. I do have pace. So, yeah, I was happy with my podium last week. Gave me a real kick up the backside to find some pace going forward.
I guess the next question I do have is, throughout this whole race, you basically were in a 3-car battle with Kai's F1 and Kenobi. So I guess take me through what you were always kind of that third car in that train. So what were you kind of thinking to try to make that move up ahead? Because it always felt like you were third, maybe second, but it never really seemed like you were going to be that first car in the train. So what were you kind of trying to do to try to maybe be that first car or try something? Were you kind of just biding your time, or were you being very aggressive?
A little bit of both. I knew that down the main straights and that like DRS, I knew I wasn't going to have the pace because I went for a bit of a higher downforce setup to have between Magnets and Beckett's because I'm on controller. So, and I knew, like I say, I knew I wasn't going to have the pace down the straights, and like I always knew that I was going to be like third or second. It was just trying to keep up with them too because they are very, very quick as well. But thankfully, I don't think there was a lap where I went without DRS that whole race. So like that was kind of like keeping me ahead of Lesty and those behind as well, and keeping me within reaching distance of the other two. There was a couple of opportunities that I could have had an overtake, but I didn't want to force it too many times. I know that down one of the straights I managed to get past just about. Went for a bit of a dive bomb, which worked until the hanger straight, when I just lost both positions pretty much.
Yeah, it did look like you were going to go for a pass, if I'm not mistaken, going into corpse on Kai's a couple laps, like I think it was 24, 23. It did look like then you backed out and that allowed Kenobi to go back. So it did look like you were a little cautious. I guess speaking of Kai's F1, I'm going to probably ask everyone this question, but your thoughts on him and his heartbreaking moment, you could say, with 2 to go?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't really say a lot because like I know what it's like to be within like touching distance of a podium just for one tiny mistake. Maybe the tyres just wasn't all there at the end. And yeah, massive heartbreak and commiserations. But then the fight, then like the competitor in me, I was actually celebrating. I was like, yes, I'm guaranteed to get a podium even if Leicester gets past. So like it was a bit of 50-50, but now like my adrenaline's like I've got no adrenaline left. It's like massive commiserations, within touching distance of the podium today. So.
Well, you were safe on the podium. You had 2 more seconds clear because you had 6 seconds worth of warnings. Lesty had 8, so you were going to be safe regardless, unless Lesty was able to get 2 clear of you. But if you got another warning, then different story. But
yeah, I think I was 1 warning away, so I wasn't trying to push too much. So yeah, I was just trying to be careful within like the final 6, 7 laps.
Well, it
was a fun race. Let's put it that way. It was a fun race.
Yeah, it was a fun race with the commentary booth as well. So, again, we probably will be seeing more of you here as well. So, thank you for joining us here today, and hopefully you may get another podium. So now we'll move on to the winner of this race, the man that probably aged multiple years in one race, Kenobi. Can you hear me, Kenobi?
Yeah, I can, Pepsi. How you doing?
Good to hear. Well, first off, you did get pole. I guess we'll start off with the qualifying again. You did get pole position away from Kai's F1. So how are you feeling when you got pole position and knowing you released the fastest car on track, at least in that session?
Buzzing. It was my first pole, so
oh yeah,
I was absolutely buzzing. Didn't think it was going to get better than that because I thought race pace wise I was going to get caught out, but yeah.
And then during the race, you I guess we'll kind of go through the whole race thing here. You were basically in almost an eternal battle with Kai's and Echo, and you lost it at the start, then you got it back, and it always seemed like you were kind of in second. It looks like you were kind of saving your stuff, though, because when I was checking your ERS, you're always around 90, 80, while Echo was obviously around the 20s and 30s, and Kai was around the 60s, 70s. So were you kind of saving your stuff there and biding your time, or was there just really no chance to make anything happen?
A bit of both. I thought if there was going to be was such fine margins throughout that whole race, so I thought if I risk it too early, have a snap, I oversteer, I'm spinning round or whatever. I thought right, just save it. I'm in this DRS train. I used enough to keep within the 1 second to keys. But, yeah, just attempted to manage it as best as I could.
I guess now we'll ask again the main question I've asked everyone. Now it's your turn to ask you. How did you feel with Kai's F1's crash with 2 to go? What was kind of going through your head?
Gutted for him. It's obviously, like I said earlier, previously, it was such a little mistake could cost so much at any moment. Even just a little wobble could have cost you a 10th, and you would have been out. So to see it happen like that, and the fact that he spun off, it was in the wee mirror, I was gutted for him, man. But like I said, it's such a fine margin thing.
I mean, it did look like there were some moments where you even got a little of a squirrel. I remember one onboard camera with Kai's. You got, I think it was the last couple corners of Curb and Val, where you kind of got a little squirrely and you kind of blocked off Kai's, where you just kind of back end kicked out, and he had nowhere to go as well. So it did seem like you all were kind of pushing out there to get the finest of laps. And I guess last question is now, if my math is correct, you have taken over the points lead again from Maddie, and it looks like, at least compared to last season, if we take you this time last season, you were a fine driver, but you weren't really a championship threat. So what has changed from last season to this season in your mentality, you could say?
It's going to sound really strange, but stop being so nice. If that makes sense. If
I get what you're saying, not trying to block off. Like, you're going to be kind of a jerk. You're going to force the overtake. You're going to...
Not being a total... watch my language here.
Tosser.
nasty person. But, just being a bit more firmer in my defence and not just kind of opening the door for everyone because I'm too scared to, crash.
Well, it has worked out for you being a little bit of a tosser right now. At least you admitted it, not me. So, I'm just saying, if the chat kind of goes off calling you that, hey, you opened the Pandora's box in that one. But you do have... You have more wins this season, so I guess you could always hold that over that. But, yep, it's been a good race as well. We probably will see you here again as well, so hopefully we hear from you soon. But that will be that for the interviews here today. As I quickly try to check where we're going next week, if I take a quick look at the calendar here, always should have this stuff open beforehand, but, professionalism, what is that? It is going to be Hungary. So a track we know Kenobi was strong at last season, so maybe we'll be seeing him on the top step again. But I think Echo, Lesty, Kai's, and the rest of you will have an answer for that.
No, definitely not. I hate Hungary. I'll put it out there now.
Now watch, he's going to win next week.
Don't put pressure on me, please.
Hey, pressure comes when you start doing well. The top 3 always have that pressure. But anyway, That will be that. Again, next week. It will be next Monday, 8 p.m. British Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until then, I'm Pepsi 2. I'm signing off. So thank you and good night.